Episode 3, Desert Solitude. Location, Saddle Mountain, Arizona. Arrival at Saddle Mountain. The desert was bathed in soft golden light as Sunny rumbled into a flat, open area at the base of Saddle Mountain. Brianna parked the bus and let out a sigh of relief. "We made it," she said, stretching her arms. Mia hopped out, wide-eyed as she took in the towering rocky ridges. "It's so pretty. Look, Mom, the mountain looks like a giant saddle." "That's why it's called Saddle Mountain," Brianna replied with a grin. The landscape was breathtaking. Jagged peaks rose sharply from the flat desert floor, their surfaces glowing red-orange in the setting sun. Nearby, volcanic rocks scattered across the ground hinted at the mountain's ancient origins. "Let's do some exploring tomorrow," Brianna said. "There are supposed to be petroglyphs around here, just like at the monument." "Cool," Mia exclaimed, already picking up a rock to inspect. Morning hike to the petroglyphs. The next morning, Brianna and Mia set out early to explore Saddle Mountain's renowned petroglyphs. Before leaving, Brianna opened a few of Sunny's windows to let in fresh air, not giving it a second thought. The desert air was cool, and the rising sun cast long shadows over the rugged terrain. As they hiked, the path led them to a cluster of dark volcanic boulders adorned with ancient carvings. "Look, Mom!" Mia exclaimed, pointing to a series of spirals and animal figures etched into the stone. Brianna smiled. "These are petroglyphs, created by people who lived here long ago. They used rocks to carve these images into the boulders." Mia traced the air above the carvings with her finger. "What do they mean?" "Some might represent animals or tell stories," Brianna explained. "Others could be symbols we don't fully understand today." As they continued their hike, Mia spotted a fallen saguaro cactus, its massive arms sprawled across the ground. "What happened to it?" she asked, her eyes wide. Brianna knelt beside the cactus's remains. This saguaro lived a long life. They can grow over 40 feet tall and live for more than 150 years. Mia's jaw dropped. "Wow, that's older than Grandma." Laughing, Brianna nodded. "Yes, much older. Saguaros grow their first arms when they're between 60 and 75 years old. The arms help them store more water and produce more flowers." "They store water?" Mia asked, touching the cactus's spongy interior. "Exactly," Brianna said. "Their thick stems can hold hundreds of gallons of water, which helps them survive long, dry periods." Mia looked closer at the cactus and noticed holes in its trunk. "Did something live in there?" "Yes," Brianna replied. "Birds like the Gila woodpecker peck holes into saguaros to make nests. The cactus forms a hard shell around the hole to protect itself, creating what's called a saguaro boot. When the woodpeckers move out, other birds, like elf owls, move in." Mia's eyes sparkled with fascination. "So, it's like an apartment building for birds." "That's right," Brianna said, standing up. "The saguaro is a vital part of the desert ecosystem, providing food and shelter for many creatures." The Great Fly War. When they returned to Sunny after their hike, they were greeted by an unpleasant surprise. A swarm of flies buzzed wildly inside the bus, zipping from the countertops to the seats. "Mommy," Mia said, her voice a mix of shock and outrage, "they're eating my Pop-Tart." Brianna froze for a moment, then narrowed her eyes. "Oh, it's on." She marched to the counter, grabbed 2 fly swatters, and handed one to Mia. "Battle stations, game on!" Mia grinned and swung her swatter like a pro. "Get out of here, you bug burglars!" "Nice one," Brianna cheered as she smacked a fly off the window. They worked as a team, swatting and laughing as they cleared the bus of the unwelcome invaders. The fly's reign of terror came to an end after several minutes of furious swatting, leaving Mia and Brianna breathless but victorious. Mia looked around at the carnage of fly corpses. "Mom, what do we do with all the bodies?" Brianna smirked. "First kill, then clean." Mia giggled. "That's mean, but okay." As they caught their breath, a new smell wafted in through the open windows. Mia wrinkled her nose. "Mom, did you fart?" Brianna burst out laughing. No, that's the chicken farms. A lot of the flies come from there. Mia pinched her nose dramatically. It smells like a fart factory. Brianna chuckled, shaking her head. It's a good thing this is just a layover. We'll be out of here tomorrow. Water lessons. As they cleaned up from their battle, Brianna took stock of their water supply. Of their 4 7-gallon jugs, 2 were already empty from drinking and cooking, and the evaporative cooler had drained another one the day before. We've only got 1 jug left, Brianna said, inspecting the containers. That's about 7 gallons for the next couple of days if we're careful. Is that enough? Mia asked, her tone serious. It'll be tight, but we'll be fine, Brianna reassured her. We're using about 1.5 to 2 gallons a day. This will last us until we reach Ehrenberg. We'll stop in Quartzsite to refill. Mia nodded. Lesson learned. No magic air cooler unless we have extra water. Brianna smiled. Exactly. Mia's memory rock. Later that afternoon, Mia picked up a smooth rock she'd found near the petroglyphs and began decorating it with her markers. She drew a silly cartoon fly and a Pop-Tart with a bite taken out of it. Beneath the drawings, she wrote 2 words. Fly farts. Brianna burst out laughing when she saw it. That's what you're going to remember about today? Mia grinned. Flies and farts. That's what today was. Brianna shook her head, still chuckling. Fair enough. Mia placed the rock in her bag, adding it to her growing collection. Onward to Ehrenberg. The next morning, Brianna packed up camp with a mix of relief and gratitude. Saddle Mountain had given them stunning views, fascinating petroglyphs, and plenty of unexpected lessons. Where to next? Mia asked as Brianna started Sunny's engine. To Ehrenberg, Brianna said. We're going to an event called Schoolypalooza. Lots of buses, lots of people. It'll be a whole different experience. Will there be flies? Mia asked, raising an eyebrow. Brianna laughed. Let's hope not. As Sunny rolled onto the dusty road, Saddle Mountain faded into the distance. The open highway stretched ahead, promising new adventures and hopefully fewer buzzing interruptions.